V guitars, fun to play, awkward to sit with, just most awkward guitars I've ever had to sit with, but my god, they're the most fun guitars on stage to play around with. What's up everyone, Ross Wilson here, and today we're going to take our drop chords a bit further and look at how we can start to write some melodies in with our rhythm guitars. Now I love doing this kind of thing, and pretty much if any of you listen to any of the tracks by Killer, the band that I'm in, you will hear this being used all the time, because I hate just playing power chords. It also can increase the texture of the piece and just thicken everything out into that wall of sound. So for stuff like melodic metal I play, it's just perfect for that. So how do we do this? Basically, we're just taking our drop chords, anchoring them in position, and then we're looking at what notes are around in the scale and adding them in to create melodies over the top. There's a lot of cool ways we can do that, and we're going to go over some exercises today to do this. If you don't want to watch along and you want to just download all the resources and do this offline, you can go into the link below to the Patreon and get everything there. Or you can keep rewinding this video and scroll along and try and follow the tabs. So I'm pretty much going to shamelessly promote a killer today here by using some of our existing chord sequences for these exercises, because drop chords are just boring without this. Honestly, if you're in a drop tuning, I'm not sure why you would just play power chords all the time. So for this first exercise, we're going to be playing in D minor. And basically we're going to start by using our open notes on the top two strings, and then on the fourth string using the D minor scale. And we're going to move around on that. This is going to be, we can create any melody we want because we're not restricted by anchoring our finger in place on a chord. So for us, we're going to start up on 15 and I'm going to play around with the D minor scale on there, combine that in with those open chords, and let's see what that creates. So you can hear there in the clean with that, we've got this melody over the top. And when combined in with our open chords, and then we change the chord, but keep that melody moving. So all I'm making sure I'm doing is wherever I need to have my chord, I'm just using the notes that are available to me in the D minor scale around that there. Without that, all we end up with is chugging on the open note and then changing chords. To me, it's just so much more interesting. We can add all these extra bits in. It's more fun to play, it looks better, and it just sounds much bigger and gives the lead guitarist that chance to really do whatever they want over the top of it. So the next exercise we're going to do here is just taking this idea a little bit further, adding in notes from the scale on top of the chords, but this time we're just adding a cool little rhythm over the top of this, which is just going to give us a bit of an offbeat feeling using some dotted quavers. So if you're not sure on how to read on this, just have a listen and try and follow along. Take it at the slower tempos. If you're really struggling with this, check out the link below for the Patreon where you can download all of these exercises, the drum tracks and everything in slower tempos as well, so you can speed train up with every one of these exercises. So with this final exercise, we're just going to start to move away from just doing our drop chords and actually look into the scale a little bit more. So on the last bar of this exercise, we're going up to the 5th fret there and we're barring down on this. Now, I don't just have to be restricted to those couple of notes that we've got there in the scale. I can go beyond that, right the way up onto the 8th and 7th fret then. So instead of just I have the option of using any of these as extra scale notes. So this is really going down like the idea of actually using pedal note riffs. But instead of doing it in a riff form, we're still using our chords and trying to create this idea of having the rhythm and the melody together at the same time. It just creates those thicker kind of harmonies out. There you go, that's what we would kind of do to incorporate melodies in with our chords. I love this style of playing. It's not just for metal, it can be used in all sorts of genres, but it's that idea of you are no longer restricted by that stretch of standard tuning. Because we're in drop, we have a lot more possibilities open to us to create these melodies. As per usual, if you liked all of this, please do subscribe, comment. If you didn't, sorry for wasting your time. If you wanted to go that one step further, then there's the link to the Patreon in the bottom where you can download all of these resources plus many, many more for about the price of 2 guitar lessons.